Hello everyone, Wolfie checking in for another episode. Today, guys, is going to be a bit more of a maintenance-y episode, so it may not be as long. Basically, we gotta work out some organization. So let me run you through what categories that we have. First, we've got Wood and Co. Welcome Stone. Here's Ores. The utility blocks, which is mostly items, but you know, few blocks. Here we have what I christen mulch blocks, or things that I view as squishy. And now we have our little lighting section. This is my rock bin, all of my colorful rocks. Now entering the garden center. Here is the redstone department, surprisingly small. Incoming aquatic section, complete with lots of buckets for tropical fish. And last but not least, the items. So that wraps up everything that I'm going to be storing in my storage room. Now, I also want to explain kind of where this storage room has gone and just kind of all of the different phases that this has gone through, because not gonna lie, this storage room has been kind of an ongoing process, if only a thought process, for 2.5, 3 years. It's been a very long-winded ordeal, because the storage room is kind of the first thing that I started on Utah, besides, you know, the giant mountain shell. I started the giant mountain and then was like, you know what tends to be the failure of a lot of big bases? Not having a decent storage system. So I should make a really good storage system. And thus began the journey. It started with very good intentions. The original idea, if we go over to one of the oldest structures on this world, that was originally why this world was started, I can show you that this used to be an auto sorting system. Originally, I was going to have an automatic sorting system that would sort every single item in Minecraft into its own little place. It would have 6 double chests for each and every one. And yeah, originally I started out the plan with just 3 chests, and this was going to be the design. It's been upgraded. I did not know how to build at this point. But yeah, I ran into so many issues with like water streams and hoppers, and honestly primarily lag. When I created Utah, I was running off of a laptop that I had bought off of wish.com for about $950, and that was what I had. That was what I was working with. It was a bad idea. I mean, getting the laptop itself was not a bad idea, because that thing served me for a 1.5 years in high school, which was amazing, because that was when my school, at least, was transitioning to a lot of primarily online work. It wasn't because of COVID. This was about 2 years previous to COVID. But a ton of our classes had online work. We did a lot of PowerPoint presentations, and the laptops that the school had were just gross. They were not very good laptops. So I bought my own, and yes, I was a teacher's pet. Yes, they let me use my laptop. No, nobody else ever brought in a laptop. I'm not sure why, to be honest. But like, I had all my work in on time, so they couldn't really get upset at me. So yeah, that was the laptop that I had for, I think, 4 years of my life. And then one day it tragically quit, probably because the hard drive got overloaded. And I'm still sad about it. back. It was a good laptop. It could not handle Minecraft though. Like, it just couldn't. I was getting like 10 frames a second. So computer restrictions are a real part of what affected the storage room. Even my current computer that I love to death, and it was slightly more expensive than the laptop, but it's like a legit tower. I have done some upgrades myself to it with the help of a friend because I'm not a pro computer building human person. I'm learning. This is my first tower computer, but I've replaced the motherboard, so it's nice. And then I also upgraded a hard drive yesterday, so that was fun. Anyway, computer aside, this is about the storage room. Computer restrictions continued to play a role in this because there is no way that I can make this an automatic storage system and still preserve the frame rate of my world and my own mental sanity playing on the world. There would be too many water streams. There's too much logistics. Because of the way that I have this shaped, and I am not changing the shape. End of story. Shape is staying the same. I can't. So I changed the entire thing to a manual sorting system. I will be going in and individually sorting out each of the blocks after projects and stuff, and going and just emptying my inventory after big projects as well, which I'm actually kind of hyped about. I have another world started. Not going to give any sneak peeks yet. I will be uploading its first video fairly soon, but coming soon. But on that one, I actually started out right, and I have a storage room that is not quite this big, but very like broken down into individual blocks, and oh my gosh, it feels so good to finish a project or be digging or just collecting stuff and to go and just put it in its place, and it's in its place and it's done. And yes, I have high hopes that I will actually keep myself organized in this. Can you tell? And everything will also have spaces for shulkers, so we should be good. Hopefully. Anyway. Yeah. I really, really am looking forward to having all of this. Okay, and then, so, had to, I don't know if it's a downgrade or an upgrade for it to be a manual sorting system. I think it's an upgrade, honestly, because it's a lot less stress on my world and my brain. And it also means that when I go and I get blocks, it's gonna be slightly more intuitive. Oh! I have fallen. Anyway, the actual placement of blocks in here took me like, I kid you not, a week. I put that much thought and effort into, okay, I want the colors over here. All of the stuff that's items over here, except for the ones that I'm going to use a lot, which are over here. And then I've got like armor and stuff over here. This is a very detailed layout, and it took me a while. And it also has very much surprised me. So when I started this storage system, I believe it was right around 1.14, 1.15. So we had gotten the aquatic update. We had gotten all of the fishes and the seas and all of that stuff. And it was like a really big update. And then we got Village and Pillage. And Village and Pillage was significantly smaller block-wise because we primarily just got, where are they? The workstations, and then an upgrade to villagers and villages. And then we got 1.15 that was just bees. So honestly, when I was doing the bulk of designing for this and doing like the actual layout of chests and things, I was of the thought that Mojang was going to slow down on updates and we weren't going to get very many new blocks. Cue my surprise when I get smacked by 116 and all of the Blackstone, all of the new Netherwoods, all of the new, like, foliage blocks as well. And then we got hit with 117, 118, 119, all of those new blocks. And 120, that's already going to have 2 new wood types and all of the different stuff with suspicious sand and that stuff. So I'm like, I'm kind of glad that the storage room looks a little bit sparse, because I want this to be future-proof. I want this to be something that I can slowly add to over the course of at least the next, like, 3 years without having to expand it. But I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that eventually I will have to expand it. Which is why, if we snap on over to the actual storage system here on Utah, I have made... Oh, hello. I have made this whole place modular. So I know it doesn't really look like it because I went with the smallest one, but every single one has this little, like, V line, and then we've got a wall of plain, and then we've got another V. So that can be expanded. It would mean that it has to be expanded in groupings of 2, or else this, whatever the heck you want to call it, would be lost, and that is just not okay. I need my stupid amount of soul lanterns. This was primarily for lighting back before the lighting update. Also, I can hear a slime. Slime gonna die. But yeah, it didn't actually even work before the lighting update, so I wasn't even in this storage room for the entirety of that update cycle, because I knew that we were gonna get the lighting update and I didn't want to risk blowing anything up, knowing that all of my lights would be good with the next one. But anyway, this is a genuinely future-proof build. I will always be able to expand it to be however big I need. And I'm honestly really proud of it. I'm also just really proud of the decorations. I did these decorations like a month after 116 dropped. And oh, I just love it. It's so beautiful. Okay, but I have more stuff to do. I've got a lot more stuff to do, and currently I don't have the time to do it, because to properly start using this storage room, I am going to need to go on a hecka quest to get every single item in Minecraft. I don't currently have every single item in Minecraft. I don't actually have notch apples anymore. I used my only one to make the thing pattern so that I can make my banners, because I needed my banners. But yeah, I will be coming out hopefully within the next month or 3. Gonna give myself some time. A video just going across the entirety of Minecraft and getting every single block type that is available. So hopefully you'll be with me for that. It's going to be a quest and a half, because I don't even know if I have Mesa here. We're going to have to find that out. So until then, Wolfie out, and I hope to see you in the next one.